things that drew you to Pitt? Was it your relationship with Charlie Partridge who's now gone, or was it their history with defensive line? What was the biggest factor as far as you picking the Panthers?
It's kind of a multitude of all of those things. I mean, Coach Partridge, I know how great of a coach he is, the guys he's developed, and the attention to detail he coached with. So that was obviously a huge factor. I won't lie, but I mean, Coach Deuce's defense was another huge factor. Even though he's gone, that defense is still here. So it's a great defense to play in. Sends a lot of defensive linemen to the league, and that's my end goal. I want to get to the NFL. So I feel like this was the best place for me. Yes, sir. The aggression and the freedom that the defensive lineman has. You're not playing lateral, you're playing vertical. So being able to maybe get reached, and instead of trying to work sideways, you can get reached and go straight and make a play in the backfield instead of going backwards. So yeah, the aggression and the freedom is huge in this defense.
What were your first impressions of Coach Narduzzi, and what's it been like seeing him coach in his style, the way that he does now that you're here?
First impressions, he's a high energy guy, funny guy, a guy you can just talk to, have a conversation with for a while, and you won't get bored because he always says something interesting. So yeah, he's a great guy, and the best thing about Deuce so far is that he's really into it here. He's a part of everything we do here. He's here every day. He's here when we work out, here when we lift. We can always come up to his office and talk to him, and he plays a vital part in the defense and still, helping out, calling some stuff, and he's just a huge part of this football program. So, yeah.
Your recruitment got a little interesting kind of leading up to signing day. It seemed like you were kind of making a decision in that last week or so. What was the process heading into signing day?
Process heading into signing day was making sure that I go through all of my opportunities that I've earned and that was given to me. So, if I felt as the opportunity was good enough for me to check it out, I felt like I earned that, so that's what I did. But at the end of the day, Pitt just stayed true with everything they told me, the way they recruited me, and just the core beliefs when I first committed to this program. The defense and the development is the number one thing for me in college football. I want to play in a defense that's aggressive, I can make plays in. This is the best defense for that, and the development piece is huge for me. So at that signing day, I knew I made the right decision in March, back March 16th when I committed. So I stayed locked in and signed the papers, and I'm glad I'm here.
What have you learned from some of the veterans of the defensive line so far?
I've learned a bunch of stuff. I mean, when it comes to technique, when it comes to just how I put my hand down depending on where the running back is at, how to watch film, how to ask questions, stuff like that. I've learned a bunch of stuff. These guys have been great to me so far.
How tough was it to hear the news that Charlie was leaving?
It was tough. It was really tough, but I'm excited for him. I'm happy for him, and I'm excited to get to work with this new coach. So, yeah.
Anything final?
You mentioned Coach Dallas. What's been your initial impressions there?
He seems like a good guy. He seems passionate. That's the number one thing for me. I want a coach who really cares about what he's doing, and he seems passionate. So I'm excited to build a relationship with him.
You're an Ohio kid, so not too far from Pittsburgh, but just what have been your first impressions of being here in Pittsburgh, the city, campus, all those things?
That was another big thing for me. I think that gets overlooked is the area. I love the city. It's a lot different and a lot more unique than most other college campuses that's just in the middle of nowhere. So like say on the bus ride over to the facility in the morning, it's nice to just look out the window and see, the skyline of downtown Pittsburgh. So, I mean, that also played a big factor in coming here. It's a beautiful place to live at, and that helps with, just your well-being, just be able to look around and enjoy where you're at. So, yeah, city life, I like it a lot.
You're a 6'1", 275 guy. A lot of defensive linemen, they talk about it. We want to be 6'5", but Pitt's had a history of having guys your size, like Elijah Cansey, be successful. What are ways that you think that you counteract maybe the lack of length with your skill set to overcome it?
Yeah, that's height and all that. It's a big thing in recruitment, but I think that stuff is really blown out of proportion just because if you have a 6'5" guy, the thing that coach is teaching that defensive lineman is to stay low, stay low, stay low. I'm 6'1", so I'm already low. It's an advantage. I don't look at it as a disadvantage because I know it's an advantage to be able to stay low and get under guys. Because how is an offensive lineman that's 6'6" going to block someone that's under him and is as strong or stronger than them and faster than them? So that's how I look at it.
Francis, thank you very much. Appreciate you.